Welcome to this Vicarious Visions video production. Thank you for joining us. This program was made possible in part by Wick Creations. From candles and incense to sachets and bath salts, Wick Creations is the place where you can find spiritual implements made with inspiration and intent. Visit Wick Creations on Facebook or Etsy.com. And also, Cambo Flare. Cambo Flare specializes in fine Asian dining, Cambodian style, featuring a full menu with exquisite quality, taste, and freshness. Watch for the grand opening of the new restaurant location coming this fall to Big Lake, Minnesota. Cambo Flare. Smells good, tastes better.
Because I'm with you through thick and thin, whatever trouble you are in. I don't care whatever you do, just know that I love you. Oh, oh, I love you.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back, or hello for the very first time, to the Smokin Joe Show. It is our 101st episode. That's right. Last week, we celebrated our 100th episode. Who knew we'd be doing this for that long? 3 years. That's how long we've been doing it, coming up on. Let's see, for our guest tonight, as 90 people at least are excited about this, my drummer, my brother from another mother, Mr. Josh Felling, a.k.a. Mr. Dangerous Lee Felling, will be here talking to us about his life and all the things that he does, which is a lot of stuff. What have I been up to? Well, I played a couple shows and I've been making pet songs, kind of same old. Just about normal. Things are cooling down up here in the city, getting ready for an interesting winter. If you're watching this on Facebook, on YouTube, anywhere you are, make sure to smash that share button. We will be moving to just the Parallax feed. After the first segment, I put a link in the Smokin Joe video. You can click there and watch the whole thing, and it won't stop at all. But make sure you share this because the more people we have in the chat, the more people we have involved, the more fun it is for us, especially when it comes to the games and all of that. And if you're watching anywhere, whether it's on Parallax or YouTube or Facebook, make sure to like, subscribe, share, do all the things to support everyone involved. And that includes Dead Larry, because we got a half of Dead Larry on the show tonight. Big thanks to our sponsors, Wick Creations, with their exclusive monthly Galactic Get Down candle collection. Each month features 3 unique candles inspired by Galactic Get Down. You can buy a candle and show your support for the festival. For more information on the Galactic Get Down candle collection and all the great products from Wick, check out their Etsy page at etsy.com/shop/Wick Creations. Also, our newest and one of our favoriteest sponsors ever, Cambo Flare. That's right, Cambo Flare has been proudly supporting the Minnesota music scene since 2012, bringing the finest Cambodian-style Asian dining directly to your favorite events and festivals. Family owned by Mike and Tony Niet, with an all-new restaurant location coming to Big Lake, Minnesota this fall. For more information, visit facebook.com/Cambo Flare. That's right, we have our grimy little mitts involved in the goings-on at Cambo Flare, so stay tuned for more music announcements. And if you liked how we just talked about our sponsors, contact us now if you'd like to advertise your brand or company on the Galactic Get Down or any of our live streams. Vicarious Visions and the Smokin Joe Show now have sponsorship opportunities. If you or someone you know has a business that would like to support the local music scene through our unique brand of programming, contact Vicarious Visions on Facebook today. We have the Smokin Joe Show. We have lots of concerts. We have a B&E series, Space Monkey Mafia, all sorts of live streaming stuff coming up. So if you want to get your brand in front of people on our show, you let us know. Big thanks to my patrons. Thank you, patrons. Let's see. We just announced that there's a Dead Larry show, a Dead Larry live stream show coming up at the end of this month, and they all got the code for free access. That's right. I just saved everybody that is on my Patreon $5, and they can go to the show for free. So if you want stuff like that, and then unique releases and behind the scenes stuff about myself, you can subscribe to me. Subscriptions start at $5 a month and go on up. Check it out at patreon.com/Smokin Joe Music. And now we head on down to our very first segment of the evening, which we are going back. I don't know. Is it stay in? Is it get down? There's a lot of staying in. It's getting down. I think John made a executive decision. It is the weekend get down happening right now. Presented by Kind Jams, Minnesota. Presented by Kind Jams, Minnesota.
We're gonna stay up late. We're gonna hit the town. You dig? Pick your booty up. Oh yeah. And shake it all around. It's the weekend get down.
All right. Let's see. What is getting down around town? That is a good question. Friday. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. at Central Park in Faribault, Minnesota, you will find Mark Joseph. That's right. 2020 finds Mark Joseph showing no signs of slowing down with the recent release of his new full-length album, The Musician and the Muse. The blues is front and center as Joseph explores both his expansive songwriting skills and his explosive ability to make the guitar sing, cry, or even challenge fans to question what is possible with a pick and some strings. Well, there you go. In collaboration with the prolific and accomplished LA-based producer Steve McCormick, this record is a true snapshot in time, building upon the blues of the past, yet carving out a place for Joseph that is uniquely his own. That's right. Fun fact about Mark Joseph, Mark Grundhofer and I, we share a birthday. How fun is that? Which birthday? My only birthday. June 16th. Mark Grundhofer and I were both born. He forgets every year, and I tell him every year. It's very funny. Saturday. Rampant Roots will be at Day Block Brewing. That is right. Let's see. Join Rampant Roots and Day Block on Friday, September 11th. Or no, this is Friday. Yeah, tomorrow. Still Friday. Doors are at 3 p.m. and show starts at 6 and runs until about 9. Seating available for everyone in a socially distant setup so we can all have some fun and stay safe. Monday, or no, these days are wrong, but that's fine. We scramble. Fire Volume 1. Discovering Fire is a new monthly event on Parallax TV. B&E Music presents a live stream featuring talented new artists performing live, and you can safely watch from home. This week, we have performances by Nacho Suave, Formative, Monopole Joe, Black Justice, Mijomu. I wasn't ready for that one. Solana, and of course, your DJ Papa Squat and host Jay Pringles. Stream access is only a sweet, minimal fee of $5. Happening this Saturday, this is where I'll be with my band Iron Star, the first of 2 concerts, September in the Park at Harmony Park Music Garden. That's right. Just when you thought absolutely nothing was going to happen out there, a little bit is. We are excited to announce September in the Park, 2 safe camp-out events at Harmony this month. It is a bummer to postpone Revival, and it didn't feel right to let a season go by without a little time together under the beloved oaks. And in the tradition of Revival, we're excited to host the event that will kick off another beautiful season at Harmony Park. The beginning and the end season. This Saturday is Iron Star opening up for none other than the great Heat Box. That is right. A little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of funk, whole lot of jokes being told on stage, I can only imagine. And coming up on Sunday, oh yeah, by the way, September in the Park, 100% sold out. So if you have your tickets, hooray. And if you don't, good luck. Campfire Sessions happening Sunday at 10:30 p.m. on Parallax. Parallax TV is excited to announce our first Vashon live simulcast. This Campfire Sessions presents St. Ophelia, brought to you from the beautiful location of Vashon Island, nestled between Seattle and Tacoma, Washington. I hope they're doing all right out there right now. It's Vashon Live's first opportunity with a full band on the Campfire Sessions, and we're thrilled. It's St. Ophelia, another perk of filming outside with lots of space. Join us Sunday, September 13th at 8:30, 10:30 Central for this special show. The alt-folk rock band is a 5-piece ensemble fronted by vocalist guitarist Rebecca Kuzma, singer-songwriter Joe Panzetta, and pedal steel magician Dan Tyak. With a killer rhythm section of Wesley Peterson on drums and Chuck Keller on bass, their original songs run the gamut from groovy to rockin' to spacious, and seem to move through them rather than from them. Holy cow. So that is coming live from Tacoma, Washington. We're connecting some dots across the country, folks. And coming up on Monday at 6 p.m., we have Only Every Monday. Parallax is your host for Only Every Monday from here on forward. It looks like we have John Sullivan, Bo Baker Band, Tallulah Bass, and Jeffrey Fishbein all throwing down sets this coming Monday. And as we look farther into the future, we've just announced that Dead Larry is doing a live stream we have entitled Scream at the Live Stream, because that's what we'll be doing, and we will encourage you to do it as well. Dead Larry presents a live stream set on Friday, September 11th. The band won't be doing any touring this fall or winter due to COVID-19 crisis and various other things. We want to make sure we get one more time to connect before things get cold around here. There will be a Zoom party to go along with the show where your band will be able to see your face. Make sure to plan your own private viewing party and dance party right from your home. And of course, life wouldn't be complete without a shout out to Livestream Cover Challenge, the giant Facebook group I created in March. With so many people streaming, I had an idea. Why not challenge our friends to learn songs and stream them immediately? And idea took off. We're at 34,000 members. We have livestreamcoverchallenge.com as well as merch available. If you want to check out all the hubbub, just visit the Facebook group Livestream Cover Challenge. And that is where our first video of the day is coming from. The artist who is playing, the musician who's playing it is Amanda Brown Perry, and the song is called If the World Was Ending. And let me remind you that we are going to switch to just parallax. So if you're watching this video, you're like, this video ends, head on over to the link I sent, parallax or crowdcast.io/parallax TV, and you can.
I was distracted and in traffic. I didn't feel it when the earthquake happened, but it really got me thinking. Were you out drinking? Were you in the living room chilling, watching television? It's been a year now. I think I figured out how to let you go and let communication die out. I know you know we weren't down for forever and it's fine. I know you know we weren't meant for each other and it's fine. But if the world was ending, you'd come over and you'd come over and you'd stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? All our fears would be irrelevant. If the world was ending, you'd come over and the sky'd be falling and I'd hold you tight. And there wouldn't be a reason why we would ever have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you'd come over and right. If the world was ending, you'd come over and I tried to imagine your reaction. It didn't scare me when the earthquake happened, but it really got me thinking. The night we went drinking, stumbled in my house and didn't make it past the kitchen. Oh, it's been a year now. I think I figured out how to think about you without it ripping my heart out. I know, you know we weren't down for forever and it's fine. I know you know we weren't meant for each other and it's fine. But if the world was ending, you come over and you stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? All our fears would be irrelevant. If the world was ending, you come over and the sky be falling and I'll hold you tight. And all I wanna be the reason why we would ever have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you come over and you come over right. If the world was ending, you come over right. I know you know we weren't done for forever and it's fine. I know you know we weren't meant for each other and it's fine. But if the world was ending, you come over and you stay the night. Would you love me for the hell of it? All our fears would be irrelevant. If the world was ending, you come over right. Sky be falling and I'll hold you tight. No, there wouldn't be a reason why we would ever have to say goodbye. If the world was ending, you come over right. You come over right. You come over right. If the world was ending, you come over right.
Now we're back. Hello, everyone. But either way, she didn't say, so Let us know if you know what that was. And introducing our guest of the hour, Mr. Joshua Dangerously Felling. Here he is. He's the drummer of Dead Larry. Let's see, wife of Amy.
Well, Amy is my wife. Yes.
Yeah, you like to think that.
I should have taken her last name.
Yeah, and let's see. And then for those who don't know, I say Dangerously Felling for a good reason. Shua, you want to tell them why?
Yeah, right after I got married, like the day after, we were going to get everything all legaled up, and they said, any name changes? I was like, well, can I change it to anything? They're like, yeah, it just can't be profane. I was like, I didn't want to disrespect my parents by taking out the Lee, but I also wanted to make it dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, your middle name was already Lee.
Yeah, so I thought, maybe mesh them together and make Dangerously. It was funny until like when I was traveling abroad, and I thought it might raise some issues. Nothing came of it, but
that's funny.
Especially like language barriers and that stuff.
That's pretty awesome, though. So Dangerous is in fact your middle name.
Literally, yeah. It's on my ID and everything.
It's great. Everybody talks about doing shit like that, but they never actually do.
I don't not regret it, but I also don't regret it. It's one of those,
Fair enough. Let's see. So Shua and I have been in a band together for 16 years. We've known each other longer than that.
Yeah, yes.
But things have obviously we haven't been in as close contact recently. Haven't been living in a van together this year. But really one of the things that we do when we're on tour is we go out and look at nature. We go to state parks. We go to anything that's around us that's really cool. And one of my favorite games to play while we're walking around is Hey Shua, what's that? Shua knows tons about plants and trees and foliage in general. So I will literally be walking around and be like, point, hey Shua, what's that? And he'll tell me like, hey Shua, what's that? Hey Shua, what's that? And I play that all day long while we're on tour. So we decided for our game today in our get to know you section, we are doing a digital version of Hey Shua, what's that? Where Shua tells us all about plants. So how'd you get into plants, Shua?
Man, I actually traced it back the other day. My dad had a philodendron when I was in high school, and I was like, high school wasn't the greatest thing for me, like it is for a lot of people. It wasn't as bad as it was for a lot of people. Like I wasn't bullied or anything, but yeah, I just always like every day when I got home, I took care of that plant, and then being a touring musician and everything, as you know, you don't have a lot of time for that kind of stuff. So when we kind of slowed down a little bit in the past couple years, I mean, not all the way down, obviously, but I just had more time to take care of plants. And I also had a wife that could take care of the plants for me when we were gone. So I just kind of hopped right in. And once, as you know, once I get into something, I just got to do all of it.
And at its peak, you had what, 90 plants?
At the peak, I mean, including all like my cuttings and stuff, I think the most I've had is 170.
Holy crap.
So yeah, it was quite a few of them.
So you ought to know some of these plants. John got a smattering of plants, images of plants. I'm not sure what they are, but we will find out together. We can't see them yet. Hold on. There we go. All right, Shua. What's that?
Okay, starting easy. That's a Monstera delicioso. Actually, I toured the University of Iowa greenhouse. They had one fruiting, and I got to taste it. Also called a Swiss cheese plant. Did they call it a Swiss cheese plant?
John? That's like you could say that at any given time. John's like, hold on, I got some buttons. Push. Ooh, yeah. Yep.
Split leaf philodendron. Yeah, Swiss cheese plant.
Swiss cheese plant. So did you give us the Latin name? Did you get points?
Yes.
Points for that?
I literally just gave you guys whatever the Amazon title was. That was
right. Yeah, that plant is so hot right now too.
Super hot.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to see how to repot an orchid, go back to Smokin Joe Season 1, episode 3.
Yeah, that's
5.
lots of fun.
And there's an episode where Shua replants an orchid. Let's see. What is that, Shua?
Ooh. Is that...
I love this. This is like...
It's a palm. Is it a...
Greasy palm.
It's not a greasy palm. I don't know. I'm just gonna call it a palm tree.
Palm tree. What do we got for palm tree? Or I see myself.
So they called it the Majesty palm tree.
Majesty palm? Okay, sure, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of, temperate climate stuff.
Can't grow it here.
It's pain. It's pain.
Let's see. What else we got?
This is fun. I like this.
Yeah, we've got to cater to the guests generally.
Right.
Sometimes we try and we fail though.
Yeah, it can make for some awkward interaction.
Awkward's okay. Awkward's
Yeah.
okay. People like it. Ooh, what is that? Looks like there's a frog in it.
It looks like either a photonia or it might be a croton. The flower should give it away, but it's not. Zebra.
Black stripes or black with white stripes, man?
Both of them.
Both of them. I think zebras are black with white stripes, if I remember.
Yeah, I think they
It's like
figured it out.
it's the one that you don't think it is. All right, next plant. Oops, sorry.
Is it up? I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I think you might have frozen. Might have frozen. We have
guys
frozen. Our plant viewer is frozen, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a moment.
You can admire my backdrop of a radiator and a TV.
Nice. Yeah. Well, we have a whole section where we're talking about all the things you're doing, but for now we're talking about plants. What is your favorite plant?
I'm like all carnivorous plants. Nepenthes in particular are my favorite.
What do they eat?
Whatever drops in the pitcher.
Bugs and things?
Yeah, bugs. Some of them get big enough to eat like frogs and mice and stuff. Is that a banana plant, John?
Banana plant.
I
we
can
see it. We decided to surprise you.
Oh, bird of paradise, of course.
Did you know that? I didn't know what that. Where?
It's weird that it doesn't show the flower. That would be a yellow reddish deal.
And do you still volunteer at Como or no?
No, they're not really doing anything right now.
Yeah.
They let me go through with the mascot and the baby and the wife and everything, but no, they trying to keep as many people out of there as possible. Is that a peace lily? Is that a calathea? Is it changing? Okay, calathea. Final answer.
Calathea.
Third plant, yeah, yep.
That's what that is?
That's the one.
So I would say you're more familiar with like the knot
Layman,
the knot like house spouse term.
Right, yeah. Ooh, is that a golden pothos?
Ooh, golden pothos.
Right on the money on that one.
Oh yeah, that was it. See, this works out really well, especially as you can all kind of imagine when we're on the road. It's very fun because surprising amount of plants. Like you're just walking down the street, going to get breakfast. There's a tree in the middle of the sidewalk. You're like, "Hey, Shua, what's that?" He's like, "Oh,
there's so many of them." Yeah.
So there's a lot of plants. Plants. And then Shua, I know that you and I have both dabbled in veganism. I don't think either one of us are vegan at the moment.
Not hardcore. It's really difficult, man.
It's hard. Yeah. It's hard to get the right nutrition on a ball and butter.
Right. And being like a chef, especially, is really difficult.
Right. It's like, you're going to taste everything you cook.
And then you just are reminded of how delicious everything is all the time.
Right.
Is that a Chinese money tree? I've also seen them called umbrella plants.
Chinese money tree. Money tree. Oh,
you did say on the last one you were right on the money, so I thought that was like a good.
Yeah.
Money tree. Oh man. That looks like lettuce.
Is that a bird's nest fern?
Ooh.
So I've been watching a lot of Jeopardy. I might form these as questions.
What is a bird's nest fern? They can see it. Let's see. Who we can say? Oh, someone thought the DL stood for Dead Larry in your name.
Nope, dangerously.
I knew someone would suggest that this evening.
I'm not on brand as well as you are, Joe. So it's just like,
Oh man, it's okay. You get to like live your life.
yeah,
Be yourself.
right.
Like, do I feel like being Space Joe today? It doesn't matter. Oh,
That
what's
is
it?
that's a ZZ plant. I have one directly to my left.
You got a ZZ plant to your left?
Yeah, it's got a really. I've always tried and commit to memory the Latin name, but it's really difficult to say.
I knew someone was.
Zamiculus Zomalaya. Yeah, it is difficult
Yeah, those
to
things
say.
are plants of steel. Like if you have trouble growing plants, grab yourself a ZZ plant.
That was what it
Say-
said in the description. Actually, it was
Really?
like if you have a hard time growing plants, this is the plant for you.
Yeah, they're great.
So for a plant that's easy, grab a ZZ.
Oh man, is that a calathea? And I was just wrong before. Because I've seen those both called
Rattlesnake.
rattlesnake plant.
Out of all the plants that I looked at, I thought this was like the one that spoke to me the most.
Those are great. Yeah, you'll find those at Home Depots and Menards a lot. They just they're striking. You know.
Is that they have red on the bottom?
They're striking. Was that a pun?
Oh, I guess it should be. That's a bromeliad. Not a big fan of bromeliads.
Bromeliad. Sounds like an insult.
Yeah, they're all right. I mean, what are they calling it?
A flowering bromeliad.
Wow.
Flowering.
bromeliad.
It's not a flower, but no, they're all right. They're epiphytic, just like Phalaenopsis orchids, which I have a bunch of. I don't know. They just like once they lose that flower, then they're done for. It's kind of a poetic existence, I suppose.
All right, and here's the last one.
Oh man, so I feel like you've gotten like maybe one wrong, like maybe.
Yeah, that is an anthurium.
Anthurium. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Ned Barclay has one of those at his house.
Shout out to Ned. Hi Ned.
Ned.
I know Ned probably doesn't watch these live, but he may occasionally scroll through.
Right, yeah.
Who knows? I don't really know who watches what. If I tried to keep track of who watched the things that I post, I would go insane.
It'd be hard to say, yeah.
Yeah. And like, that's not what it's all about. I mean, I want people to watch it, but also like whatever. Let's see. So that was all the plants. How many plants? That was like 12 plants, 10 plants?
That's good. Yeah,
That was
those were
12
really good.
plants total.
That's
12 plants.
good collection of plants there.
Good collection of plants. Let's see. I know you're an orchid lover. Do you
I
have
do
to
love
get
orchids.
rid of any orchids recently?
I mean, I had to move them all upstairs because of the baby. We needed a nursery. It makes
Yeah.
sense. He
Not a
deserves
plant
it.
nursery.
He's perfect. But no, they're not doing so hot up in the really hot attic. But I have a humidifier going, and I don't know. I lost a couple over the, but since we're moving, like I kind of just let the ones that were struggling go.
Right. Right. Okay, well, so that was our game, Hey Shua, What's That? I encourage you all to play this with Shua if you're ever walking around outside or inside, if there's a plant. Play this with Shua. It's endlessly entertaining. I definitely never check to see if he's right. I just assume the whole
I
time.
probably lied to you a couple times.
Whatever.
Well, I think we've learned tonight that it's safe to just trust him.
Right.
Just like, and plus, like, be like, nah, dude, that's not right. Actually, I got it because of my love of playing Hey Shua, What's That? While I'm on the road, while I was on vacation with my family, I downloaded an app that did it for me. I would take a picture of a plant and it would tell me what it is.
Oh, those are awesome. They have one too that'll tell you what's wrong with your plant just from a
wow.
picture. Yeah.
That's in depth.
It's usually just too much water, 90% of the time.
Yep, too much water, not enough sun.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
Okay, well, enough about plants. And I mean, we could talk. Plants are literally one of the best things on this earth.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere. They can do anything, and we rely on them.
They make oxygen.
They make
They
oxygen.
sure
Every
That's important from what I've heard.
And and I'm sure they help take up the carbon, all of that. But we're gonna go way back in time. I feel like this was released in 2013. This is the first official Dead Larry video ever. Yes, it took us a few albums to actually make a real music video. We packed into Mark McGinnis's tiny little room covered in stuff. And Tim McGuire filmed us and edited it beautifully. All I can remember about this is that it just kept getting crazier and messier. The fall is the video. Shua, do you have any memories from making this?
I remember I just got done working at Chipotle and I smelled like that. And then my hair was all messed up and I was really tired, so I threw on some sunglasses and a hat. It's amazing what a sunglasses and a hat will do for you.
It's true. And you're a drummer, so people think nothing of.
Right. They think I'm trying.
Yep. Like, look at that, guys. Drummer with sunglasses. All right. Well, while we get ourselves ready for the next segment, y'all enjoy Dead Larry's first music video ever, The Fall.
Always thought that I'd turn out to be someone like you, not someone like me. I never meant to be so irresponsible and laughable. Oh well, you
Back. That was Dead Larry with younger versions of myself and my guest, Joshua Felling. I've known Josh for well over a decade. In the Dead Larry description, I used to say like just under a decade, then it said a decade, then it said now it just says over a decade. I'm going to leave that until it's 20 years.
Near in 2. Yeah, near in 2 decades.
Near in 2, no signs of slowing, but we, of course, make sure to have lives as well. But before we start talking about our lives, I have a few questions I like to ask everyone, even you, Shua. I know these things, but I'll let you tell everyone else. Where did you grow up? How was it there? And who was it that got you into playing music first?
Well, I grew up in Iowa City mostly. I lived there until my freshman year at high school, which is not a great time to make a big switch, but we did it and it was fine. I mean, I didn't love the high school I went to. I did a lot of my partying in high school. Maybe I should have waited a little longer.
I feel like we should have waited.
We should have waited a little longer, I think. And it was, I mean, you had a big part in starting me playing music. I mean, you, Jacob, Mark, because before that, I just kind of wanted to beat on drums, and I never really thought I would be a musician, but here we are. Almost 2 decades later.
So you started playing professionally, as professional as Dead Larry is, with Dead Larry.
Right, yeah. I'd been playing drums for maybe 2 months before Dead Larry started, and I haven't really been in a band before or since. It's just kind of worked.
Yep, just Dead Larry. Dead Larry has a tendency. We have 2 members, especially. I mean, now Ned's in Iron Star with me, but for the longest time, like the people that are in Dead Larry, except for me, were like just in Dead Larry. Like, right, yeah. It's just the 4 of us, and it was the 4 of us.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. That was it.
Yeah, it's kind of an all-encompassing thing. Not a whole lot of time for other stuff.
Oh man, yeah, we were on the road for so long. Like I'd say 12 years out of those 16 years, we toured anywhere between 75 to 150 days a year.
Yeah, and boy, do I not remember a lot of it.
Nope, don't remember a lot. It's a little tough. It's a little tough to put. There's a general time period between like 2011 and 2015 where we went to like all the same places over and over and over, and I just can't tell them apart.
Right, and it's not like we were partying. I mean, we were partying, but I think it's just like my brain doesn't love committing new things to memory, so it just kind of comes and goes.
Yeah, goes along with that partying in high school, kids.
Right.
Wait till you're 25 when your brain is done.
Please.
You'll remember things better later on. Let's see. What have you been doing to stay active during the COVID-19 crisis? A lot.
I chefing, it's real tough on the body. I've been working a lot. The restaurant's been, we're doing the takeout thing, but we got a flight of stairs in there, and I am very familiar with that. I've been keeping the fingers real busy with Lego sets.
Legos. I was going to bring up the Legos. You have recently fallen as a new hobby into Legos.
They're just, it's a brilliant toy, my man. It's just so good.
So how many Lego sets do you have?
I just counted them the other day. I have 22 in 6 months. Yeah.
That's a lot. And if any of you have researched like the sizes and pricings of Legos, it is.
It's a bit, because I always wanted them as a kid. My mom did great getting us all the Lego sets.
They're marketed for children and priced for adults.
Right. And now that I'm 33 and can buy whatever the hell I want, it happened to be Lego sets and baby formula,
Lego sets and baby formula.
Yeah.
So let's see. This is also what's been keeping you active. You have a baby.
Yes.
These are the three things that we want to get across the most in this interview. Is Shua had a baby.
He's perfect.
His name is Harrison. We call him Harry.
Harrison.
I thought it was because of like the love of Harry Potter, but it was actually not.
It's not. No, my wife does love Harry Potter, and it is an awesome franchise, but we thought it would be a bit on the nose to just be like, yeah, Harry, like Harry Potter. Yeah, it has to have a little more substance in that. No, it just, going over the names over and over and over again. And then I saw Harrison Ford in the movie. I'm like, Harrison, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Harry for short. And a baby with a man's name. It's just, it never gets old.
Will be a man with any luck. Although, all these days, just
It's
whatever,
hard to say. Whatever they want to do, it's
yep, whatever they
fine.
decide.
Yeah.
That's how we roll, Dead Larry style. It's
Absolutely.
like we are some of the most open-minded but also bitter nerds
Right.
you'll ever meet.
It's like jaded, I guess.
Jaded's
not
a good
even,
word for it.
it's they're
Pleasantly jaded. Like we're not
perfect. There you go.
We're not mad about it, but
right. It's just observationally jaded.
constantly exhausted for sure.
Right. Oh boy.
And you are moving. You are moving back to the great land of Iowa.
Back into the motherland. Yes.
What prompted that decision for you?
We really want Harrison to know his family because there's like bigger and better things down the line. But when he's young, and he has all these damn cousins running around right now, all around the same age. My brothers and there's kids everywhere. So we just want to do that. We really miss our families. Like the babysitting is going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be a lot, but a baby is a lot, it's a lot of work and it requires constant attention. It's not like you can just put him in a bouncer and he's fine for 12 hours. It's like cool for like 45 seconds.
Do you have a dog?
We have a dog.
Well,
yes.
The dog could watch the baby and you can go do gigs.
Yeah,
the dog loves licking the baby's face, which is cute for a second, but it's just like all that milk and formula, she just can't get enough of it.
And like I would say that I think the pandemic probably had to have had some sort of influence over it.
Absolutely. And I think if it had been like just the pandemic, it would have been fine. If it had been just the baby, it would have been fine. If it had been just the civil unrest, it'd be fine. But like all of it together is just a lot.
Right. Well,
so
yeah, and it's like, you need some people that are going to be able to like spend time with the kid and regular time. It's like a lot of us in our lives, especially my life, the government money stops. I got to play gigs to make money. I'm seeing people. So I don't necessarily feel comfortable like spending tons of time with a baby if I'm out running around, like interacting with more people than usual. So it's like the people that you normally, it's like the things you normally expect to have. Everything's topsy-turvy. So
and it's such a scary thing to think about, subjecting my baby to that garbage,
Right. Absolutely.
But going down to Iowa,
yeah, Iowa quickly became the COVID capital of the world for a little while.
I think they're pulling it out of their ass a little bit.
They're getting it a little bit together.
Right.
Although when I was just there, man, people did not believe it.
It's just it's maddening. We can leave it at that, I guess. But it's just like my family, they're trying, as much as anybody can.
It's true. And then for everyone watching, grinding their teeth or like yelling at the TV, no, Dead Larry's not breaking up. I tell you what, we had a nickel for every time we made a decision and everybody thought that decision meant that we were breaking up. We'd have at least 40 cents. Like
we'd have a bunch of nickels. Oh, hi.
Bunch of nickels. It's like if the trope I've been using is like, I don't know if trope's the right word, but what I've been saying is, well, if Useful Jenkins is still a band and their mandolin player lives in Hawaii,
right?
We can handle, a drive to or from Iowa every once in a while.
Well, and I think like as a whole, I don't think we'll ever stop until the sun burns us all,
Right. Yeah.
So I think, and it's people keep asking me that, like, what's going to happen with the band? Like, same stuff. Just we're all farther apart.
Yep, and we even
Shua's just going to have to drive further to Twin Cities gigs.
Right, yeah. Get a bigger trunk.
It's like we'll either pick you up in Iowa or you'll hop off before we go back. It's like, because everybody knows some of the only touring that Dead Larry can do at this point, given our lives is, Minnesota, Iowa, the general Midwest area. And then otherwise, the whole idea is we make you all come to us for Galactic Get Down. That's the deal.
Right, yeah. And I just like, I'm no less invested in it than I've ever been,
Exactly. We've even been rehearsing.
Right, yeah.
Y'all been writing. It's crazy. Music, sitting in a room. Although I can say our practices of late have been about 40% music and 60% hanging with the boys.
Well, we just miss each other so much, and there's so much to talk about. There's so much content to speak of, and just things happening in our lives. It's hard to play music when I just want to scream what's going on in my life.
Yeah, it's the opposite of spending weeks together in a van where you have nothing to talk about.
Right, yeah. And then you just sleep.
Yeah. What did you do yesterday? The exact thing that you did.
Remember that thing that happened yesterday? Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Oh, remember when I walked over to do another thing? That's what I did. Oh, cool, man. You got some coffee? Nice. I went to a record store. Did you buy anything? No. That's I don't know if anybody's been on a tour out there, but that's a good.
Or just like, yo, will you hand me that ibuprofen as fast as you can?
Yep. It's like, Ned wakes up. Ned would make sure to pass out in the van so that we could leave without waking him up.
It's hard otherwise.
It was hard otherwise to get it. Some people wake up early, some people stay up late, some people do neither.
Some people do both of them.
Some people do both. Let's see. Is there anything you'd like to talk about that we have not talked about?
The chef and stuff, it's something that I don't put at the forefront of my life. I've always told myself I wasn't going to define myself by my career, but I think my career switches so often, because first and foremost, I'm a husband, obviously.
Right.
And then band and cooking have kind of always fought for the closest back burner. But I hit it really hard this year, and it's been a really awesome experience. And I just anybody that's pursuing that, you should, because it's awesome. It destroys your body and your mind. It's great.
What doesn't, though?
Exactly. Yeah. It's just it's so much of it is equatable to being a musician. I don't know. It's just, I love it.
It's true. And there's a creative aspect, creating a recipe or creating a meal or creating a menu is similar to writing a song or making a set list.
Absolutely. And I was lucky because I fell ass backwards into being an executive chef of an awesome restaurant. It just kind of, everything fell just in a place where Shua's the jefe,
I was never surprised by that. Like when you're like, oh, I'm executive chef. I'm like, oh, that was fast, but
right. Yeah. Right. And working the line, it can be a drag, but once you get to where you're going, it's cherry.
What's your, let's see. You're going to get a new chef job somewhere in Iowa.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to cook. I'm just going to cook for a second. Yeah. And then I kind of want to do some higher volume stuff, learn how to break down animals a little more, that kind of stuff. And then maybe pursue something because I just want to hang out with my wife and my kid for a while.
That sounds fantastic in a place that's a little less densely packed. I can say that I live in Uptown in Minneapolis, and while I love the culture here, there's so many people. And it's unnerving at times to think about that many people, and whilst living in a pandemic, it sucks.
Right. Yeah.
Normally those people are great.
Right. Yeah. And it'll just be nice to just breathe for a second, because I love the cities and I am very sad to leave, especially if I go to a Target and they don't have what I want, I can go to 10 other Targets, hobby shops everywhere,
Right.
If I can't find the Lego set I want, that just doesn't happen because it's here, and it's going to be
Lego store.
Tough. Yes. This is the closest Lego store. The Mall of America is the closest Lego store to where I'm going to be living.
But it's true though. It's bad. You gotta, as we have all found, well, Dead Larry had a history of making our lives fit to what the band wanted for the first bit. I don't know, the first 2/3 of it. And then once our lives started, we got older, you realize, well, you got to make the band fit your life. Otherwise you're going to hate it.
Right. And then what happens if there is no band, God forbid? And then you have no definition in your life,
Exactly. So rounding that out, super important. Shua is one of the hardest working people I've ever seen.
Oh, thanks.
It's true. And, and then Shua has, I don't know what, 5 years ahead of me, but tomorrow I celebrate 3 years, no alcohol.
Oh, damn, dude. Yeah. Best decision I've ever made in my life. It's amazing how things just start getting better once you, I really wish I could just have a couple beers with the boys and just kick back, but it's just not an option, and
me neither.
You know that. Yeah. It's just
that'd be
as
great.
With everything, I just go as hard as I can, and
it'd be great to be able to drink a little bit.
Right. But and I don't think I'll ever do it again. I said I was going to take a shot of whiskey when my kid was born, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah. And you said you were going to get a beer in Germany. You didn't do that either.
Right. I didn't. It's just, I don't trust myself that much.
Well, and it's it's that, I don't know, you could say it's been, 10 years except for that beer in Germany, but
right.
You can't really that clock starts over no matter
Right.
what you do. And like,
although the last kitchen I worked, one of the line cooks thought it'd be funny to put a bunch of vodka in my iced tea. It's like the first bit of genuine rage I've felt in a long time.
Man.
Yeah, it's
like,
he didn't know. He was an older fella. He didn't, he's not surrounded
that definitely
by
doesn't count.
addiction. Right, I didn't count it, but
That definitely doesn't count.
asshole.
Getting duped doesn't set the clock back.
Right, he's like, oh, that's funny. Like, no, it's not. But I appreciate the gesture.
All right, dude, it's true. I don't know. And then people offer twice crazy things. But if you're thinking about being a chef, Shua says do it. If you want to quit drinking, best decision we've ever made. What else you got? Where's the wisdom?
Buy some Legos, man, because I know. Okay, so here's the thing: you're not supposed to say Legos. It's Lego bricks, but I will forever say Legos, just because.
Really?
Like, yeah. If you're on a forum and you call them Legos, you will be ostracized because you're not supposed to.
Okay,
so
so
not Legos.
What sets have you put together?
Oh, so I just for my 33rd birthday, my mother bought me Pirates of Barracuda Bay. Phenomenal build. It's enormous. I should have brought it up here to show you, but if I try and get it up here in a hurry, I think it will be non-existent. I just did the Ideas Treehouse. The Ideas theme is really cool. They'll do submissions online, people's ideas, and then people vote on them. Whoever gets the most votes, then Lego decides, and then they build it. But
How often do they do that?
Twice a year.
Okay.
So they're right now they're doing the review of the winners. So they're about to do a couple more. They're always really cool. They just released a player piano that actually plays. That's really cool.
No way.
Yeah. No, and Mark and I have been kind of nerding out together with it. And it's
That's true.
It's great. It's just such a great thing to pass the time. And like the engineers are brilliant. The building techniques are awesome. So much fun. Just like get into it.
When my kids were like maybe like 4 or 5 until about 9 or 10, they got kind of into Legos, and that was like probably my favorite time to buy them toys. And when they started like getting out of Legos, I'd be like, "Do you want a Lego set?" And they'd be like, "Nah, not really." I'm like, "Why not? Come on, buy a Lego set."
See, now, John, you just be buying your own Lego sets. Because like there is a pretty severe hop in price from like kind of fun kids things. So like, and they're really gearing towards adults right now, especially after the pandemic. There's just this huge surge in people buying up Legos.
I suppose, especially because people have time right now to build some Legos if they're
right. Yeah, I think there's some people in the community that are a little perturbed by it. You know, once you like something for so long, it was never in the fringes. It's a multi-billion-dollar toy company. But like the adult fans of Legos got kind of perturbed over buying up the Lego sets, you know.
Well, between like the space sets, like all the NASA sets, and then like all the Star Wars sets, like just with those, I could spend. Literally, not kidding, thousands of dollars.
Right? Yeah. Well, like the UCS Millennium Falcon is $800. I'm like, I'm not into the Star Wars stuff, but it's so cool. You know?
So cool, yeah. Hell yeah.
And on something like that, it's not even just like the outside of the ship. Like there's stuff going on.
Right, and that's the best part. And that's why I don't like post pictures of them and stuff, because it's like you only see the outside. You don't like get the feel. I make people come to my house so they can look at them because I must tell the world how cool it is.
Yeah, I can't. The only Legos, I haven't gotten Legos in, 10, 15 years, maybe even before that. And I can't imagine how, only the stuff I've seen you guys do, but how the technology has just gone right along with it.
Right. Yeah. Well, and the cool thing about like the Star Wars stuff is Lego almost went bankrupt. I forget, or in the early aughts or something. And Star Wars like, here's a bunch of money, but you got to make our toys forever. It's just too bad that they didn't get the license for Star Trek. Cause I feel like there's just like an untapped thing there.
Yeah, there's so many shit, and the fan base is just so avid.
Right. Well, there's some other brick company that has the license to that. It's too bad for Star Trek.
Too bad for Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh man, they're just starting to get better again. Watching
the
new Lower Decks is made by one of the writers of Rick and Morty.
Right, it's like an animated. I heard they were on
good balance.
Yeah.
It's a good balance of comedy and real Star Trek feel.
Did you watch the Orville? Orville is pretty good.
Orville's awesome. That's pretty much Star Trek too.
Yeah, it started off as a comedy, and he's like, I'm just gonna make Star Trek.
Yeah, and everyone a lot of people in the Star Trek fandom really just consider Orville just another version of Star Trek.
Right. I mean, it's great. Seth MacFarlane is great. I like his work.
Yeah, he's doing his best. Holy cow.
Right.
I was just listening to how the Hollywood's starting to be able to film again, but they have to check everybody, of course, all day. They can only have 10-hour work days, and they're being really strict about stuff. So, but it's going.
It's like, and the sports teams are doing the same thing, which I've been hearing a lot on NPR about how people are a little upset about that. All these resources being flooded into these, but I mean, it's important. These outlets are so damn important to people.
It's true. It's much more than just people playing a game. It's
right.
It's what people do with their lives,
Right. And as much as I'm not into sports, I fully understand the importance of that stuff. Games are human emotion,
Yeah, dude. I mean, we need
as we've
all found. Well, Shua, that's about all we got for today.
Right, I was gonna bring the baby up, but I think he's asleep. Yeah, he's got his first ear infection, so he's a little rosy in the cheeks,
And let him sleep.
Leave it that way.
Leave it that way. Yeah. And, and of course, if anyone would like to take a peek at
or you could wake him up for 30 seconds and then give him back to Amy Jo.
Yeah. I'm sure she would love that.
I'm sure, I don't know how public or private things are, but you can probably find people's baby pictures. There's plenty of them.
There are pictures of Harrison Booker Henry on Facebook.
Okay, so here's one thing I gotta say. When I was looking through your pictures to find a picture to use for the show promo,
right?
Number one, I have to say that because I went pretty far back. I have to say how impressed I am at how many years you've kept up with the flipping off the camera thing.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And so even more so, now that you have a baby, there's a bunch of shots with you, holding the baby, flipping the camera off, or pushing the stroller, flipping the camera off. So I love that you've, stuck with it for so long. Even
such an important
now
thing.
As a father, you're like, if this is going to be my fucking pose, this is going to be my pose.
Oh, we getting some baby time?
Apparently he's not sleeping.
Hi, Harry.
There he is.
Everyone,
Harry, look.
Asking the greatness.
Say hello. Flip the middle
on
finger,
TV.
bud. Here, maybe we can get him to do it. Oh, almost. But yeah, he's feeling a lot better. He got some little baby Motrin in him.
Oh, nice. Little baby little tiny Motrin for little baby.
He's a chubby little fella.
I think that's good, though. Babies are supposed to be fat.
Yeah, I work with a dude from Cuba, and he said he's just thrilled with how tubby my baby is. So
they spend a lot of time growing, so they kind of need that.
Right, yeah. And it's all he's doing. He's starting to crawl around a little bit,
Yep, turned over. I saw that video.
Yeah, now that he can roll from stomach to back, he doesn't want to be on his stomach anymore. You're just whip. Isn't that right, buddy? Say hello. Say your first word. Want to say hello? My wife doesn't want to say hello.
Hi, Amy.
You can hear her, I bet. It's that laugh. That's why I married her.
Yep.
Find you one that moves when they chuckle.
Yep.
The first Dead Larry baby.
First Dead.
Yeah,
Larry.
here he is.
In what's sure to be a series of more.
Oh yeah, we're working on it. It's on the list. We had a few things we had to do first, but we're getting.
We want one more, and I think we're good.
Yeah, have a baby, have a friend. See how things go.
Right. Yeah. Because if you're gonna have one, you should have more than one.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna.
Or do you?
Or do you? Or just have one. Then you get we wouldn't have Mark McGinnis the way Mark McGinnis is if he wasn't raised on his own.
You gotta make those evil geniuses,
Yep. Those evil only child geniuses. All right. Well, Harry, we love you. Chua, I love you too. Good to see you, bud.
Love you, buddy.
And I'm gonna play a song, unless Shua, you want to play any music.
I'd rather not.
I forgot to ask, but
I'm a little nervous about the guitar playing in front of people. I can do drums all day,
For sure. Well, we'll get you playing guitar at some point in a video, whether it's here or somewhere.
I gotta say, I'm always impressed when you guys talk about the old and Dead Larry days, how you guys all just like decided you wanted to start a band and should learn how to play some instruments,
Right.
and have stuck with it for so long to the point where you actually like know how to play the instruments you
figured it
picked
out,
so
you know?
long ago.
It took years and years.
And it didn't matter like how technically good we were playing music and saying words and creating these emotional moments anyway, you know, and like whether it was just 3 chords that we were just playing, it didn't matter. Like that was enough for us
In songs that have stood the test of time.
Oh yeah, dude.
Right. A lot of our older stuff is our more popular stuff.
Absolutely. You know, and it's like, I think that's true for any band that ever gains any sort of fan base. You know, the song you hear at your first show that you love a lot, that's where you start, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't listen to Incubus for light grenades. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know that exists. See?
Oh, sure. I mean, I think that album might even be 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
But I like the old Incubus.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
All right, sweet. Well, I'm going to play a song about that baby, inspired by that baby. I decided that would probably be the most appropriate song to play.
All right, perfect.
Thank you, Shua. Thanks, Amy and Harry. You're welcome to stick around in the chat, but you don't have to. Harry.
Look at him standing up.
Literally the cutest baby I think I've ever been connected to.
Objectively, the cutest baby that's ever been born. Sorry, Dad.
I feel like I'm the cutest baby.
Fighting words.
Yeah, you might be. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll
Well, I'm not a baby anymore. All right. Well, without further ado, here I'm going to play a song quick. This song is called "Welcome to Earth, Harry." I made a version of it. I gave it to my patrons, but I haven't released it. I think Ironstar is going to play it eventually, but it goes like this. I haven't played it much, so you guys love me, so who cares, huh?
Yeah.
If I make a mistake, we'll see what happens. How's the level, John? It's okay. We brought you here to see the world as only your eyes will see. I just hope that you'll be who you need, because we need somebody, and all I ever want to give to you is everything. They say he's got your smile, he's coming out in style. Oh, this brand new human being. So try to shake off the cold and just admit that we're getting older. I see myself in your eyes and I realize what really matters now. When I am out on the road, I cannot wait to be heading homeward. Flying back to you is all I want to do. Oh, get there faster. All right, the beginning of this next verse is my favorite part because it has wordplay in it involving Harry's name. I was just beside myself. Monsters make the darkness scary. Our lives just got a bit more hairy. And though I must say it is very, very nice to meet you, baby. Born on this earth and on it you'll stand. Some things that you do, they may not go as planned. I cannot tell you what all this is for. One foot on the ground and the rest of me is outdoors. So come and shake off the cold. Just admit that we're getting older. I see myself in your eyes and I realize what really matters now. I am out on the road. I cannot wait to be heading homeward. Flying back to you. All I want to do is get there faster. There you go. And I just kind of imagine like being Shua on his next tour, you know, being like, this is great. I want to go home. It's like, because getting on the road as you get older gets harder and harder. It really does.
Yes.
It does. John, you got anything else for us? What are we doing next week?
Next week, we have Dante.
Dante? Dante Leyva, ladies and gentlemen, one of the coolest dudes I've ever met in my life. It's from Space Monkey Mafia, also plays with Druzy Rose and a few other bands. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be having him on. He is a social justice warrior.
And you know, I think that's really the biggest reason that we're having him on the show. I know he's always doing a lot of volunteer work and charity work, but he's been working with some organizations that he wants to talk about specifically. And I'm telling you,
cool.
Once Dante starts talking about a topic like this that he's passionate about, I love to just sit back and listen to him talk.
Right. You know, it's pretty incredible. And, you know, and his entire, even though he's just 5 years, maybe a little bit more, 6 years younger than me, his entire generation, like in the way they're interacting and progressing, was really inspiring. It was the first thing I noticed. Like the Gen Z, I don't know if he's technically a millennial or what, but it doesn't matter. You know, like just on the forefront of approaching these touchy social topics, which I can tell you what, it's been tough for me to do that. But I'm excited to hear what he has to say. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Smokin Joe Show. If you see Shua or want to drop him a line before he heads down to Iowa, please do so. But you do know the internet does exist there. There are cities and all the stuff that we have here. Iowa's not a barren wasteland.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that map describing the different parts of Iowa where it's basically like meth on the west side and then northern is just Casey's and there's a big city in the middle and a bunch of commies on the bottom, you know, southeastern? That's where I'm from the commie place. And yeah, that's all I got. Let's see. Until next week, I love you all, and I will play us out.
Because I'm with you through thick and thin, whatever trouble you are in, I don't care whatever you do, just know that I love you. Oh, oh, I love you. You know, sometimes you got troubles, so many troubles, they're getting you down. But you don't have to worry about your troubles no more, 'cause well, I'll always be around, because I'm with you through thick and thin, whatever trouble you are in, I don't care whatever you do, just know that I love you. Oh, whoa. I